Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Hera's Life and Journey. If you're new here, I'm Hera and I make videos about my life, my hobbies, my journey, and anything I find interesting. Today we're doing our Financial Friday, so we're going to go ahead and go through our expenses, our budget, and cash plan for the upcoming week, and maybe we'll unstuff a bit too. So let me just scooch a bit closer. There's Uba's fur everywhere. Alright, let's go and grab our expenses for the week. So I'm thinking right now I have it, hold on. Right now I'm using my mini HP, but I think I might switch it to the half letter so that I just have everything in one place. But we're going to go ahead and finish this up since I already am using it. So for this week, we've got some subscription stuff. So we have iCloud that I pay for. So this is so that my photos and videos and all my apps are backed up to the cloud, especially because I have a laptop that I like to sync things with, especially when I'm doing homework or just doing stuff. Sometimes it makes it so much easier when I have a file easily accessible anywhere. And then I have the car wash subscription. So wow, I have the car wash subscription. So this is an unlimited car wash with a local chain. And then I have my Ichi. It's a subscription to watch my dramas. And then we've got groceries for this week, a bit higher because I did get some personal hygiene stuff as well. And then we've got transportation for the week, also a little high. So let's go ahead and what am I doing now? Let's go ahead and budget for the next week. So that was our expenses. We'll go ahead and unstuff towards the end. Let's go ahead and start with our budgeting. Let me know what you think of all of these Financial Fridays so far. Do you enjoy it? Do you think it's helpful? Is there something you'd like to see? Do you think I should make some changes? And if so, what changes should I make? So I've got my budget for the month of November here and our previous cash plans for the past weeks of November so that we can go ahead and make sure all of the bills are paid out equally. So let's go ahead and just write down all of our categories for now. So of course we have our savings and then all of our sinking funds. Again, school, I've been debating. I am at a crossroads, I guess, and I don't know if I like what I'm studying right now, if it's worth it because it's so expensive, and with everything right now, it's just really hard to justify it. So we'll see. I have until next month to really decide because that's kind of the last day I could drop a class before I have to pay the tuition. So we'll see. I really don't know. And it's hard when you don't know what to do because I don't want to spend money on something I'm not going to use or something I don't enjoy. So it's hard. But I will think about it. So, okay, we've got first of our bills, rent. That should stay the same. Let me grab my calculator right over here. Oops. So we can make sure we have the right amount. So rent is going to be 500 and we just did 125. Yep, for 3 weeks. So we're gonna do 125 again this week. We're gonna put 0 for allowance. So fees is going to be 52. And let's see, for the first week of November, we did 12 and then 10 and then 15. So we should be putting 15 this next week. We've got internet, which is going to be 205, and we put, I believe we did 50 each week. Yeah, so we did 150, so we gotta do 55. And then we've got electricity, which is so high. Hate it. Hate how high electricity has become. So that's going to be 260 for this month. And let's see, electricity, we did 75 the first week, 65 the second week, and another 65 the third week. So we've got 55 for this week. And then we have subscriptions for next week. It totals to 100 after we cut down a lot. We did 20, 30, so that's 50, and 30, so that's 80. So we should do 20 again this week. All right. Next, we have eating out. We're just going to put $5 since I like my coffee. Groceries. Let's see, how much budget do we still have? I don't want to go over budget for this. So that's 80 on the first week, 50 the second, and 60 on the third week. All right, we still have quite a bit. So let's just do 80 for now. It's always good to be under budget. And then we've got transportation, which got budgeted 154. Transportation got 40. They got 30. And then another 30. So it needs to get 50 this week. All right, that's it for the bills. So we gotta go ahead and do our savings. So let's see, we budgeted 600 for savings. So that's going to be 150 the first week, or no, the second week, and then we've got 150. Oh wait, was I looking at the wrong amounts? Ooh, wait, let me go ahead and make sure. Oh no, I think I flipped the wrong ones. Okay, wait. Rent is fine. Fees is 52 minus 12 is 15 minus 10. So that's 15. Internet is 50, 50, and 50. So that's 205 minus 150, 55. Electricity is 260. I did 75 the first week, 65 this week, and another 65. So that's 55 as well. So we're good there. Subscription is 100. This is 30, 60, and 20. All right, that's right as well. Eating out is fine. Groceries, 300. We did 80 the first week, 50 the second week, and 60. All right, 80 is fine as well. And transportation is 150, right? Yeah, 150. We did 40 the first week, 30 the second week, and 30 the third week. Yep, so we can do 50. Looks good. And then for savings, we've got 600 budgeted. We did 145 the first week, 150, and then another 150. So we've got 155 for this week for our savings. So this is usually what I do. The first, second months, I don't really look at the monthly budget as much. It's usually towards the end of the month where I have to make sure everything's covered. Which actually works out because my second job pays a bit higher usually towards the end of the month. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about this. All right, the 24th month ahead is going to get its usual amounts. These high priority sinking funds, which is everything up until UVA, usually gets the same amounts because those have to be, you have to get a certain amount every week. So that's 50, 60, 70. And then we've got, let's see, coffee envelope will get, let's do 5 this week. In the 50 envelope, we'll do 10. And then we've got the pink binder and fun stuffing. So we've got 70. So I think we can do pink binder 30 and the fun stuffing 40. I am trying to finish those short-term challenges so I can narrow things down before we start 2026. So let's calculate everything, starting with the bills. So we've got 405 in bills, is that right? 125 plus 15 plus 55 plus 55 plus 25 plus 80 plus 50. All right, quite a bit of bills this week. So that's 405 plus 155 of savings for a total of 560 for next week. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead. We'll update this at the end of the month. Let's look through our expenses and see if we need or can unstuff anything. So let's go with subscriptions. So we've got $10 of subscriptions to take. Really well, 40, 51. I don't know if we have enough. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So let me just do the 30. So this one is good. The rest are not. And then we've got groceries, which is going to be $70 this week. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So we have $5 left for groceries. All right. And then we've got transportation, which is going to be $40. Do we have enough? 10, 20, 35, 40. Yes, we do. All right. That is it for this week's unstuffing. I didn't buy coffee this week, so not touching eating out and spending. All right. That is it for expenses. So for this week, we took out 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, $140 for our bills and expenses. All right, looks good. I think that's it for this week's Financial Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate you being here, and I hope you have an amazing day. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.